Hi everyone and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are doing a challenge from BUILDCREST's BUILDCREST and we're doing the dot to dot challenge. I've never done one of these before, so I found it a little bit disorientating, and you'll see that I did have a little bit of a struggle with it. So basically what you have with the dot to dot challenge, if you've never done one, is walls placed in random places on the lot, and you're not allowed to delete those random walls, but you can do anything else. So you can raise the floor, you can add extra walls, you can make as many rooms as you want, but you can't delete the walls that are already part of the challenge. So the biggest mistake I did was building without colouring the walls that are there first. So I was constantly thinking, making sure when I was going backwards and forwards that I didn't delete any of these wall pieces. So I was counting from the back of the lot forward to see how many squares, just to make sure I wasn't deleting them. So if I was to do this challenge again, I would definitely recommend colouring the wall pieces to start with and not changing them until you're happy with all of your room layouts and the whole layout of the outside. Once you've done that, then recolour your walls, but I wouldn't do it until that last point, because otherwise it gives you such a headache trying to figure out if they are the original wall pieces or not. So yeah, that's one thing I'm going to take away from doing this challenge for the first time, because yeah, you'll see a bit further down the line. I thought I was doing really well to start with. I thought, oh, this is going really well, and then when I struggled with the stair placement, that's when, yeah, chaos started to happen. So anyway, we've got a kind of different looking build for me. This was yeah, I'm not really, this isn't a style I'd normally do with the kind of half roofs, but because I'd done the other build, another challenge of BUILDCREST's, because I'm doing the whole of Newcrest as in the different challenges that she's set for BUILDCREST, and it was an EA build and it's got this style of roof, and I could see it in the background, and I thought, actually, why not have this kind of little theme for this corner? Although one of the houses is a tree house, which I don't know, because I'm really not looking forward to that one. So that one is kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. I might have to make that a community lot because it's just not going to fit in as a house. So I might make it like a little tree house cafe or something like that, because then at least it's something for Sims to go to, and I just don't think it's going to work as a house. So that's my thinking. If I make it a community lot, at least I can kind of make it fit in the area. The house next to this one is the jigsaw house. That's coming up next. I've actually already finished that one, so you'll see that one shortly on the channel, and that's something completely different for me. And it doesn't look like the other houses, but I hope you like it. It's a bit inspired from something, but I don't want to give away too much yet. So yeah, I've got that one coming up as my next video, which I should get uploaded. It's all filmed, I just need to edit it and then I can get it uploaded for you, and hopefully you'll like that one. But I'm actually quite pleased with that one because it's really out of the box for me. I usually do very vanilla colours, so like creams and whites and blacks, and this one is quite far removed from that. So yeah, anyway, back to the build from today. And as you can see, the stairs was causing me a bit of a problem because it didn't seem to matter where I put them, they just seemed to be in the way, and I really wanted to make the most of the upstairs and not kind of waste loads of excessive space on a huge hallway if it didn't make sense for the size of the house. I hope I get the compromise right. It is still quite a big hallway, but I think we've got enough rooms that make sense for this size house, because I didn't want a house this big in it for it to have 2 bedrooms. So I did try and make sure I was kind of, I don't know, just keeping it inside, bearing in mind how big the house is. I was trying to make it fit with how many bedrooms, and just using the space wisely. So now I really hope you're ready for this, because this is just where the whole build goes wrong. And as you can see, yeah, this is an effect, but just to emphasize what I had to do, I had to do the undo actions until we had a blank canvas again, just so that I could know where the wall pieces were. So again, if you're going to do this challenge, please colour the wall pieces, because you do not want to go through undoing all that and then redoing it all to get back to the point you're at. And I had to speed that up about to speed 20, just so it didn't take up a huge chunk of the video. But yeah, serious point, if you want to try this challenge, I definitely recommend colouring them wall pieces first. So anyway, back on to the speed build. Once I'd done that and I managed to get the stairs in a place that made sense and didn't end up ruining the layout of the upstairs, I found it really easy to furnish this build, but my biggest problem was the staircase, and it just didn't feel like the building flowed very well before. But actually putting the stairs in that back corner rather than central, it just worked a lot better. So originally I was going to put a fake wall next to that staircase, which I do, and filled it up with a platform, and then I thought, actually no, we could get another little door at the back there. So eventually that does change and we get another little door next to the stairs. But yeah, I think once we got that in, I managed to furnish the whole build pretty easily. So we've got the master bedroom, we've got a little toddler's bedroom, another single bedroom, and a really quite a lush bathroom upstairs. Actually, I originally had 2 bedrooms at the front, but I thought, no, let's make a huge big master bedroom, so it's like a really bit of a wow bedroom. So we've got that, and then the kids' bedrooms are smallish, but one of them leads onto a balcony, so how much space do you need if you've got your own balcony? And then there's a family balcony where they've got room to sit and chill, and there's an undercover bit, so it's quite posh because they haven't got a garden in terms of what you'd usually have as a garden. So I wanted to do something a bit different because you've got this massive house and no garden, so I wanted to make the most of the outside space and make them quite luxurious. Also, we've got 2 bathrooms. The bathroom downstairs, now the family I created or downloaded for this house when I was doing it, and I try to design a house based around the Sims that I download, because I'm not very good at creating Sims, so I just download them and then I design the house around that family's needs. So I downloaded a family with a toddler, a baby, and 2 dogs. So that's why we end up having dog stuff in here, because I thought, actually, I very rarely do anything with the pet stuff anyway, so it was just kind of nice to add that in there and design something around having pets, because obviously we've got them in the game and I just don't really do anything with them. So I decided to do that. And I've done a little laundry area as well, because I forget that half the time, and I was trying to make sure I was thinking of all these different things that I sometimes just forget to add in. So yeah, we've got a little laundry area, we've got a pet bed and some pet feeders as well. And then we have quite a large kitchen diner, which is the middle area, like the main part of the house. We've got a little entrance hallway, but you can block it off. Obviously that's an archway, but it looks like you can close it off, so it's kind of nice that you can hide all the shoes and they're out of sight, and then you come through and you can shut it all away. So I wish they was actually functioning. That is such a nice arch doorway, and I just wish you could have it where the doors opened or closed, or there was like sliding doors or something, because it's just a really nice object. I just wish it was functional. And I really wanted to use these ivy pieces, but they didn't really fit in with this house, so I do end up removing them, unfortunately. And I thought it looked a bit plain without something above the door, so I added this, I think it's from Snowy Escape, the little roof piece. So yeah, I just added that because the door looked really plain. I don't add them very often actually as well, but anyway, I added that in. The living room, I say I didn't struggle with the layout. The main thing was getting the sofas right with the window and then the big arch. It kind of covered both areas, but actually putting this huge chimney, which I know it looks massive, but actually it's a bit of a a feature of the front of the house, so it's just something a bit different. And I thought with that there, it makes perfect sense to have a little fireplace in the corner, and then switching the room round and having it with like the TV and a corner sofa, it just seemed to work much better. And then you've got that flow from the kitchen into the living room. So I think once I'd done that, this room came together quite nicely. So for the kitchen, I used the Dream Home Decorator Pack kitchen, and what my idea with this one was, because it was quite a big room, I wanted to kind of separate it into sections. And I had originally the Machina bookcase, but it was a bit overbearing, and also it was a bit awkward for Sims to walk around in. So I actually took that away. But yeah, I used the Dream Home Decorator kitchen in here, and I kind of used, like, it looks a bit like a rose gold colour to me, with lots of white. So yeah, it's quite fresh, and it's not too overbearing for the space. I did want quite a large kitchen counter in this one because I just thought it's got the room for it, so it would look like it belongs here. So I've gone for the stovetop on the island counter, and also we have a sink just behind it, so it's kind of looking out over the view with the windows being there. So I was trying to think logically how you'd kind of plan out a kitchen. And although this does glitch a little bit with the oven being under the stovetop, it does work. They both do work. So, and also it's hidden from view a bit, so it doesn't matter if it kind of glitches there. But yeah, that's kind of the style I've gone for with the kitchen. So a little bit minimalist, but it's got a few little details in there which look quite nice. And I think with the dining room it works well. But anyway, onto the bathroom, and I've made a really luxurious bathroom. And my design feature was this kind of wall that I was left with because of the challenge. So I'd already kind of made it in my head that I really wanted this kind of posh sink with a big mirror on this kind of feature wall in the bathroom. So that was really what kind of designed this room, was just this little feature of this piece of wall that I was left with. But I just thought, yeah, let's make a really luxurious bathroom, because we've got this wall. Well, it's not going to be in any old bathroom just to have a random wall there, so I've gone for this look. So let me know what you think, because it's a bit different from what I'd usually do, and I don't usually make a feature out of a bathroom. They're usually pretty standard, but that's what I've gone with for this one, and I think it works in this house. It's not the most usual looking house, so I thought, yeah, let's go for something a bit different. For the patio, I've gone for the windows with the shutter things on. I just think at least it lets a little bit of light in with them. And I kind of like the two together. I think they work really well. So having the shutters on, it gives you a bit of privacy while still letting light in. So they kind of go nice together. So I tend to like to use that. I was trying to just have the barrier up next to the toilet over the wall, but it was making a really awkward shadow, so that's why I ended up doing them full size, so you can see it through the wall, but hopefully it still looks like a bit of a feature. And I think making the small wall the same colour as the other walls as well helps just merge it in a little bit. But yeah, I think the plan, like I say, once I got the layout sorted, I think the rooms came together okay, and it was just trying to make sure it kind of fit in with the exterior, because it's not like your normal family house. It's not got a big garden for the size of the house. You've just got these random balconies. So I just tried to make it a bit quirky and a little bit fun, and just tried to have these different areas. So one of the balconies is for kids or for a toddler. One of the balconies is more of a family area, and then, like I say, the other balcony downstairs is more for like the dogs. So yeah, I've split all the different areas up. Anyway, moving on, we've got the toddler bedroom. So I've used the Eco Lifestyle bed, which I think is really cute. It fits in really nicely. I've used the Dream Home Decorator wardrobe simply because I didn't have much space in here to fit a wardrobe in, and there was only really this tiny corner. Well, these are really space saving, they fit in really nicely. Just added a couple of teddies and some of the kids' clothes in there, and then just got some toys. And then I added some shelves next to the window where we could add a few more decorations, because it's a small room and you've got two doors, so it's a bit like a corridor really. But I wanted to try and fill it up and make it look like it's well lived in, and there's still quite a bit in there for a toddler. So I think, considering the size of the room, there is quite a bit in there. There's also another bedroom for a child. It's just a single boys' bedroom. Um, so yeah, we've got the two children's bedrooms, which are both on the smaller side, but I think hopefully it works. But also there is a downstairs office, so I suppose if you've got a bigger family, you could get rid of that if you wanted to use this house in your own save file. You could get rid of the downstairs office and make that into another bedroom. Maybe make the office into like where the toddler room is, so it's a lot smaller. I've gone for kind of a big office and smaller bedrooms, but yeah, you could do it another way around, and make the most of that, or even get rid of the downstairs bathroom and have another bedroom there. So it's up to you. There's different ways of doing it. This is the way I've done it, but yeah, everybody likes different styles. So depends on what you want to use the house for. But just a few ideas if you did want to download it and change some of the rooms. I wouldn't be offended. So yeah, it's a bit of fiddling about at the minute. I know I'm flicking from one place to another. I was just trying to add a few little extra things in, but it does kind of annoy me when I'm flicking from one place to another. I'd rather fill up one room and then go to the next, and the build seems to flow a bit better when I do it that way, but doesn't always work out that way, because especially if I need to use the same thing, or if it's like a debug item that I need to use, I tend to fill all the bits that I'm using it in, which kind of results in a lot of flickering around. But I know it's really hard to watch when it's like that. It's easier like this, where you're stuck in one area and just filling it up. So I prefer to do it like this because it's easier to follow. But yeah, doesn't always work out like that. I think this room's actually turned out quite cute. I was just trying to add a few little extra. I would have liked the little kids painters. I think that would have looked cute, but when they were sized down, they didn't look right, and when they were at the normal size, they kind of took up half the room, so they didn't work out for this room. But obviously if you got a bigger room, it would have worked. This room turns out kind of cool once it's made bigger, and actually I don't normally go for black walls, but I thought, why not in this one? It's not it's a light room. It's got loads of light coming in, so it can kind of take it. I did briefly try and change the colour, but actually it looked better black. So this piece on the wall, which looks like a bit of a funky shape, that's actually I think it's a painting that I sized up just from the debug menu, and I thought it would look like a really cool art feature, so I decided to make it into a bit of an art feature. Yeah, I think this picture would have looked okay, but I went for something a bit different. I've gone for something, I don't know what you would call it, modern art or something. I've just used a load of wall pieces and seen what I could come up with. I actually quite like that plant. I wish I'd have kept that, but I didn't. I swapped it for something else. But yeah, I think it's just fiddling about with the different wall pieces and seeing what you can come up with, and you could have loads of fun with different things in the wall accessories in the decorations tab, and just put a few things together and see what they look like, because you can come up with some really cool different custom wall art just from pieces that you've got in the game, rather than just sticking with the usual pictures. So I just think it's good to have a bit of fun with the items that we've got and seeing what you can create. So I didn't intend for this room to be completely black and white, but it does end up pretty black and white, although the vanity, or the dressing table, that's obviously filled with clutter, but most of the house is really tidy, so that's the little area where the mum's got all of her things out and she can just have a bit of fun, maybe a bit of pamper time away from the kids and the dogs. So yeah, she's got her little makeup area, but everything else is pretty tidy and not minimalist, but yeah, it's not overly cluttered. So yeah, we've got a bit of a mixture in this house, which I quite like. I don't like it too cluttered, but I think in The Sims, if it's too minimalist, it looks a bit bare. So, although in a normal house, it would probably look really nice. I really do like them ski pictures, but in Newcrest, they don't really fit in. They're better in the snowy escape world. So this is the family balcony area. They've got an undercover area, which is the bit with the wall round, and then they've got the kind of open part next to it. And I think this actually is probably one of my favourite areas of the house. It's filled with plants, which is I think, a really nice decoration feature in The Sims, because you don't have to look after them. And when it's all finished, I think this is, yeah, it is my favourite part of this house. I just think it's a really nice, cute space. It's nicely decorated, and I just think it's a really nice feature for the house, and it's a bit different. It's not something you're going to see in every house. And again, it's because of the wall pieces that we originally started with that gave me this shape at the side, which I probably wouldn't have gone for if it was an ordinary build. So I think these challenges just make you think outside of the box, and you come up with some different things that you would never normally create because of the restrictions of the challenge. So I kind of like that thing about challenges. This is my whole reason for doing this kind of whole build of a whole community of lots that are challenges, because I'll come up with things that I never normally would create, because either I can't create what I normally would because there's a restriction, or you just get the different things. Like, I know one of them's an underground build, so I've got to come up with something where you can still see something. Like, I don't want just a plain lot, but most of the build is underground, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to have to maybe do some research into underground houses and see how I can make that more interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. It'll be a bit different. We'll see how that one goes. I don't know what to expect for that one, because I've done basements obviously, but I've never done a full underground build, so it should be fun. We'll have a go, see what we come up with. And yeah, some of the other challenges, there's the terrain one. I actually don't mind terrain tools, so that one should be okay. I've got to think about something that I can build on that variation of terrain, but I'm not dreading that one as much as other people might. But yeah, there's some interesting challenges and some I haven't tried before, so I'm definitely looking forward to them all, and I'm just going to go through them one by one. And at least with this, you're not going to get bored with creating the same things in Sims, so it definitely gives you something to do and keeps playing The Sims interesting. I'm just going through and decorating the little boy's bedroom. Obviously you could change colours and everything, or you could make it a bit more gender neutral if you wanted, but I've gone for a little boy's room for this one. We've got a little toddler girl's room as well, and I thought a few robots and little quirky items would be cool, so I've added the robot onto the bookshelf. I know I've not moved it yet, but I added some little toys and just some decorations around that I think sometimes just get left out. So I used a little Grim but a blue version, put a teddy in the little space underneath. Obviously this build does use a lot of packs. I'm not very good at pack restrictions, I've got to admit. I'm really not good at that, because when we've got cool items in the game, I just want to use them, so it doesn't matter what pack they come from, I'll just use them. So yeah, I'm not great at pack restrictions, but I do like to use what we've got available. So yeah, I just made a little doorway next to the staircase for the extra balcony, and put a little dog door in as well. And then, like I said, that's not really a balcony that the family are going to use every day. But because I'd put that balcony in, the fence was showing slightly through there. So I ended up raising this top balcony area up just by one level with a platform. And actually, I kind of prefer the look once I've done that, because it looks like a really cosy area in the corner. So actually, adding that balcony downstairs helped me, because I wouldn't have raised that up otherwise. But I kind of like the look, and I just think this is such a cute little area. So yeah, it's nearly all finished anyway, that balcony. And then what other rooms have we got to do? I think it's just the finishing touches, to be honest. We've done the kitchen, we've done the living room. Oh, the office I don't think is done yet. We've got the bathroom done, the downstairs bathroom. Yeah, so we've just got the finishing touches off the office, and some landscaping outside, and then the build's kind of complete. I've got a few screenshots, so I'll pop them on the end. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this build. If you are enjoying my builds, or if you want to download them, please check out my Sims 4 gallery. It's just under Simmerhayls, so the same name that I've got on YouTube. And if you do like my videos or you like my builds, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this build. What I'm going to do is just speed through the rest. I'll put the music on, speed through the rest of the build, and then the screenshots will be at the end. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll speak to you on the next video. And like I say, the next one is another challenge which I've already filmed, so I'll get that uploaded shortly. And yeah, there'll be some more of these challenges coming very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a good week. Bye.